Hello, love wrestling. It's Thursday night. It's 8 p.m. And you know what that means. It's another new episode of Between Two Beards.
Can we start off with the biggest news of the week?
The Rats lost!
If you've got the budget, I've got the time.
There he is.
Hey, boss!
There's the boss.
Hey! The man with the finest beard on this screen. Canadian men, boys, shut the hell up. Let me talk.
You see, the Rads are resourceful. When I got beef with somebody, I can find a way to talk to them.
Hello, love wrestling. It is Thursday night. It is 8 p.m. And y'all know what that means.
You know what it means? This is what it means. It's time for the Beardies.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
Time for the Beardies tonight. We are getting
Billy knows. Billy knows
we are
what's up.
getting the Beardies this evening, the third annual.
This is like the red carpet portion.
Is that what it is?
Doc, you want them all, my friend? If you're in the chat right now, smash that like button, share the live, let everybody know that you want to come hang out with us for the Beardies. Let's get to like 20 today. Let's get to 20 likes tonight. The Beardies are in the house. We got Zach Ralph's birthday, Smart Friends, the GOAT, the guy that makes us look good. It's his birthday. Shout out to Zach.
Is that true? It
is Zach's birthday today. So that is cool. But yes, Doc, you won all the awards. I would say this is the red carpet portion of the award show. So what are you wearing, JPJ?
I am wearing...
Who are you wearing?
I'm wearing Versace, gray, V-neck.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that Versace?
Yeah.
This is like...
I know.
This is a cashmere sweater.
Cashmere sweater. That's nice.
That's nice. This is a Vera Wang Cubs 59.
Vera Wang. Fancy bitch.
I'm drinking out of my favorite Christmas present, my Soda Stream bottle. This is Pluggo got me, so I can stream every day now. Soda Stream.
Beauty. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
But yeah, tonight
he loves the Cubs hat.
I go Cubs, baby. That's my squad.
You're here, smash.
If you love the Cubs hat, Chris, you like my Cubs tattoo.
You have a Cubs tattoo.
I do. I don't know if I can get my leg that high.
I
am wearing shorts. It is easily exposed.
You are wearing shorts. I'm wearing shorts too.
I can't do it. I'll break something before the awards even start. You'd have to take.
You can't get injured before we start handing out awards. It's just like not the proper thing to do.
No, it is not.
There are 10 awards. We had the voting open for the last week. We had our largest turnout ever.
Shout out to Matt Cardona.
Hey, listen, yes, shout out to Matt Cardona. Yeah. All right, but he's not the only reason, damn it.
I know. You guys are.
Because we are.
For those that are uninitiated here, this is the third time we've done this. First time live exclusively on YouTube for this. So this is new. So these are awards that are voted on by you, the fans.
By the people.
By the people. We did not vote. I mean, we voted, but we didn't pick the winners. They are picked by you.
Correct.
So if they're wrong, let us know. If you thought there was something, we had to whittle it down to 5 nominees, which is damn hard, especially in the year that was 2023. This year in wrestling started off with like a huge bang and just has not stopped.
Yeah, it was a strong year. It was a strong year.
It's a strong year.
Yeah, it was good. So we have,
and it's not even over yet. AEW World's End, which we will talk about as well tonight.
Yeah,
is in like 2 days.
It is.
But this is the last show of 2023 for your bearded gentleman. So JPJ.
Yes.
How's 2023 been for you, brother? In terms of whatever, life, liberty, the pursuit of wrestling happiness? I don't know.
I thought 2023 was fun. 2023 was a fun year. Another year around, what is it? Around the sun. Doing beards. Full year. A lot of fun. We've had some great guests this year.
We hit our 100th episode.
We hit our 100th episode, which was really good. Obviously, we've transitioned over to YouTube, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, man. That was another solid year. I thought wrestling was fun this year. I feel like WWE, it's not perfect by any means, but I feel like it's
picking up.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's been cooking. I think it's been good. AEW has had its ups and downs, but you know me, us, we're big AEW people. Our boy Alex Kane won the MLW Heavyweight Championship. MLW's been good. I just think all in all, 2023 has been pretty good year for me. Pluggo, how are you feeling about 2023?
Good.
We have our last episode of the year.
Good. This is the third time we've been around this last episode. Well, we started what was it? So it's 2023. We started 2021 mid-year. So this would be the third, almost 2.5 years now of this show. Crazy to think. And like you said, we had a crazy year guest. I mean, you named, they were here. Anybody we want, and then just the support we've had has been insane. It's been a crazy year. And we weren't friends with the Rads. Now we're friends with the Rads. In 2024, I'm going to need Zach to fix that intro because they don't yell at us anymore.
They really don't. They really don't. I miss it, guys.
Just now, but no, just the crazy amount of things that have happened I was at Fastlane. Cody Rhodes tweeted out TikToked out the other day that his favorite moment was the Fastlane press conference I was a part of.
Brother. That was you, brother.
This yeet was me. Crazy to think that I would ever get to that point in wrestling that I'm there. And just like I said, the show, I think we usually do this at the end, but let's do it at the beginning just for funsies. This show has grown into something that I didn't know we'd get. It's been crazy, man. We've had Sean Ross Sapp has been on, Doc has been on, he's in the chat. Joe Pearl was on last week. That was crazy last week that all those people came out. We had people that we had to turn away because we had so many people.
Yeah.
Just crazy. MLW World Champion Alex Kane. He's been on. He was our first guest. And now he's a world champion. Just crazy. And I'm missing probably a bunch of people, which I know I am, but
oh yeah,
what a year.
Yeah, it was a solid, and more than solid year.
And from, like you said, from a strictly wrestling fandom standpoint, I feel like this has been, for better or worse, one of the most interesting years in terms of coverage of wrestling, just the WWE, like you said, it's cooking now. If you miss a Raw, you might miss something. What's up, Tom? Tom, one of our favorite guests. He's in the chat. Tom if you're in the chat,
fellow.
You don't have to keep it Beards exclusive, but if you want to talk about your favorite moments from this past year, show-wise, wrestling-wise, whatever it may be, let us know. Hit that like button, subscribe. But yeah, AEW is cooking. I think they're getting back to their roots. I think again, we've talked about it ad nauseum. We'll talk about it again when the awards come up. But the CM Punk stuff, I think you had to do that. You had to try it. It didn't work. And now they're going to get back to what makes them them. So you got AEW cooking. You got WWE's cooking. NXT's starting to cook again. I'm starting to enjoy NXT a little bit more than, say, I was 6-8 months ago. It's crazy.
Yeah,
the independents are on. The independent wrestling scene is on fire, and it's about to blow up again with all of the 90-day people like Ali's World Tour next year. Holy crap! So
incredible.
Where do you want to start, man? We got 10 awards.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, I figured. Well,
Should we start and work our way up?
Yeah, I mean, we can just start with an award, and then every I figured we'll talk about.
I just
World's
talked about
End
you,
and
Mrs. Pluggo. You got me this beautiful soda stream. Hi, honey.
Pluggo got a soda stream, so now he can make all his.
I'm a streamer.
His own flavored seltzered water.
Seltzered water. You can make flavored juices. I saw this guy on TikTok. He flavors everything. Or he carbonates everything. So
carbonates everything.
So we'll see what happens. I'm getting weird. I'm in my stages, but I'm all that bougie water. So here's the thing. This should eliminate my carbon footprint of all the cans. Now I can get a liter going here. I don't have to get 3 cans of water.
Now, did you get extra liter bottles?
I did not. I only got the initial one. I think I am gonna eventually upgrade to a couple more so that I can stash it, make one, put it in the fridge, have it ready to go. But right now I'm learning. I'm figuring it out. I'm in my carbonated era. That's
carbonated era. You gotta love it. All right, I'm just gonna pick one of the awards, Pluggo.
All right, let's get it started. And hey, like I said, in the chat, hit that like button, hit that follow. Let's go.
We will start with one of the awards. Our theme song is the best in the biz, and I hope you guys love it.
Because it's
on every one of these nominations, so you're going to hear it a whole lot tonight.
This is a different type of award show.
A lot tonight, but I'm going to say we're going to start with Breakout Wrestler of the Year.
This is before you push it, this is a great category. So what we'll do is we're going to push it to play the nominees, and then we will tell you the winner after the nominees.
Yes.
We'll talk about it a little bit. But yeah. But no, it's not in one slide.
Ophelia is asking what version of the soda stream you got. She wants to get
there's
I assume. Yeah,
I would love. Listen, if somebody
I got
wants
an espresso machine for Christmas.
If SodaStream wants to sponsor me, I am absolutely 100% down. I'll do whatever.
I need these guys to sponsor me because I probably spend way more money than I should on water weekly. Because
this category was hard to pick.
It was breakout. This was a solid group. We will look at the nominees. We'll come back. We'll decide the winner. Everybody in the chat, when you see the nominees,
let us know
who you voted for. Throw out who you think is going to win. But
or if we missed somebody, throw them out too.
Oh, I'm sure we did. Only 5. It's hard to only have 5 of all these. It's hard. But here we go. The nominees for the first Beardie Award in the 3rd annual Beardie Awards Breakout Wrestler of the Year.
Telling us, get up, get up, get up. We spent all night getting down. So hit the lights and crank it up. We'll have them singing down every avenue. Keep the bottles close to loosen you up and look so good when it hits those 11
All right, those were the nominees: Swerve Strickland, L.A. Knight, Jey Uso, Trick Williams, and Julia Hart. And without further ado, the first Beardie of the evening.
We're off to a killer
we just started. I got to go to bed. I already have to go to bed. We just started, for crying out loud. Culp, my man.
Sports Corner.
Hello. The first Beardie of the night for Breakout Wrestler of the Year goes to Swerve Strickland. I saw Ophelia in the chat.
Like that.
I don't know, because that's where you put it. When you put an overlay, that's how it goes. Either way. So Swerve Strickland is the winner of the Breakout Wrestler of the Year. I personally voted for Julia Hart. I was hoping Julia could pull this one out. But I mean, come on. You can't deny that, right. We all knew when Swerve went to AEW, we were like, I feel like most of us were like, how do you let that guy go? How do you let someone like that go? Like, this guy's next level. And I think he took it to the next level in 2023. Yeah. We might be talking about a feud, that he had a little bit later during these awards, but he took it to the next level. It is very clear that he should be AEW champion, and he should be AEW champion sooner than later. You can make he's probably might be the most over individual
in the company currently, or at the near the very top. I mean, I think very deserving. Swerve Strickland wins the breakout wrestler of the year.
Just a tough category, like you said. We all know Swerve's
they're all
potential.
strong, but I feel like this was a particularly strong.
Well, I mean,
category.
we let names like Tiffany Stratton off the list, who had a really good year. Maya Valkyrie, some NXT people, but like you just think of the cat like Jey Uso, for instance. Like I know that seems silly to have him as a breakout star, but think about 12 months ago. Were you talking him in the main event, world champion level? Probably not. He's LA Knight was like meteoric rise, insane.
God, yeah.
And Swerve, man, he had some banger matches. He's on this trajectory. Him and Nana have been killing it. So like, well deserved.
Well deserved for sure. We Big Bad Boris popping in here. Did you win anything yet? Not yet, sir. Not yet.
You won everything. You know what we could do? Lifetime Achievement Award. Go to Boris.
We also have Dara Amazing popping in saying hello.
Hello, Dara Amazing.
Well, friend. We just unveiled our first Beardie of the evening.
And we're almost halfway there to our goal of likes. We're at 8. So smash that like button, share out this live. Let everybody know.
Oh, yeah.
That you want to hang out with us. Chill out with the build.
We're having a good time.
The first Beardie was announced. Swerve Strickland, congratulations. No, I don't think he has I mean, I don't know. I guess you could just accept it on his behalf and we could just go like this.
That's what you gotta do. We don't have the music. We're not trying to get kicked off the air. But like, you just gotta throw it down sometimes, guys. There's no getting around it. There's no getting around it.
For Swerve.
Swerve.
Anybody in the chat? Anybody else? Next year we should do some of that. We should get something crazy. Yeah, dance for Swerve. Anybody disagree with Swerve winning? I haven't seen anybody popping in saying that they would. But Julia Hart, like I really would have.
That's who me personally. That's who I voted for. I will tell you who I voted for in all these. I voted for Julia Hart. My thing was, for me, yes, Swerve did kind of break out from that, I would say, mid-card to clear, top of the card type performer. But Swerve, in my mind, was always a top dog. He was always a top dog. I feel like Julia Hart, once she kind of went to the House of Black and kind of changed her character, and she just got better in the ring. For my money, one of the best, if not the best entrants in all of wrestling. I just thought she really broke out to being this superstar in AEW.
Yeah.
Kind of out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Whereas Swerve, to me, I knew, a lot of us knew Swerve was going to be who he is now for a long time. So that's why I picked with Julia. But yeah, I thought either way, well deserved.
And we haven't mentioned him, but I'm gonna give props where props are due to Trick Williams.
Yeah, whoop that trick.
Like, again, a guy that maybe 12 months ago you're like,
12 months ago he was just Carmelo Hayes's kind of whatever. Nobody really thought of him. And then, dude, I was at Deadline, man. I was there.
Pop
when
was
he
huge.
won, it was the loudest pop of the no doubt about it. People were dancing in the aisles. Whoop that trick. People were and I was one of the people. But the collective of that crowd when he won, it was good stuff, man. CM Punk was on that show, and Trick Williams got a bigger pop than CM Punk. And oh, what happened? Why weren't those that? Oh, does that turn off when I click?
Yeah, when you click on the picture.
Got it.
So I put it back on.
Now I know.
Making us professionals. But
now I know.
Yeah.
Now it'll be seamless. Now that
so Swerve Strickland, congratulations on your first Beardie Award of the year. Your first Beardie ever, I think.
That was Swerve's first. So that was Swerve's
first. Yeah, it's got to be Swerve's first. We should get some physical awards and mail them out.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll get to the level one day where
maybe
we get some acceptance speeches and then they'll come on. Who knows? But
maybe one day.
Do we want to keep the awards rolling or do we want to talk about anything?
Well, I mean, we're going to talk about World End.
Yeah.
100% going to be talking about World End.
Which is Saturday. A new pay-per-view for the AEW.
A new pay-per-view. It is in MJF's hometown of Long Island, New York. And he is going up against Samoa Joe, which if you watched... Oh, wait. Hold on.
Where did he go?
Dude, I have Can I tell you? They're back here.
Yeah.
I have a couple figures that I got for Christmas.
Hells yeah.
Very rare for me, and Samoa Joe is one of them.
Is it this
Samoa
one?
Joe is one of them. Yes, I got the AEW Samoa Joe. That is the one.
Yeah, me
That
too.
is the one. I have that as well. And then I also got a WWE Legends Mr. Perfect with the IC title.
Nice.
Mr. Perfect, he's a top guy for me ever. Top guy for me ever, Mr. Perfect. Love Mr. Perfect.
Spit the gum and slap it.
Yep. The towel and all that stuff. I loved it. Yeah, so all right. I have the card for World's End here. So I figured we would talk about World's End. I mean, Dynamite last night, the Continental Classic. We are down to the final. I have loved this Continental Classic. I thought it has brought AEW back to its roots of just good old-fashioned wrestling. The no interference thing I have loved as well. It's just straight up one-on-one, best guy wins type scenario. And we got both the group leagues finals last night. I feel you. He did. We are going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that because all right, we're going to talk about that. Should we just start with it?
Sure.
All right, fuck it. We're just going to, all right. So last night, the main event of Dynamite, and we are going to talk about the Continental Classic because I thought both those matches last night, particularly Danielson and Kingston, whew, what a match that they had. Jesus. All right. So the main event last night, it is Samoa Joe and MJF defending the Ring of Honor tag team titles against two of the Devil's masked men. So this match is the main event. MJF. So first, the masked men come out of the crowd. I for sure thought one of them was Mike Bennett. I'm like, that is 100% Mike Bennett. I think it should be the Kingdom that is under there. I did see some people. I think our friend Warren said that he thought one of them looked exactly like Kyle O'Reilly. Still, I thought one of them, I was like, that's Mike Bennett. That should be the Kingdom, guys. I don't know who they're going to be. I'm assuming this all needs to come to an end on Saturday, and we're going to figure everything out on Saturday. But they come out. MJF comes out. We then hear Samoa Joe's music, but Samoa Joe does not come out. MJF is kind of looking around, and we see video of Samoa Joe in pain in the back, grabbing his knee, yelling, "Tell Max not to go out there. Tell him not to go out there." Max, being the Max that we have come to know nowadays, says, "I'm doing this match by myself." He tells the ref, "I'm doing it. I'm defending the title." The match starts. The match is really a nothing match. It's literally 5 minutes. MJF, what I did like, though, was MJF was trying to rip the mask off the guys immediately the whole time. Like, not messing around.
Why wouldn't you?
Not even trying to do moves. He's like, no, I'm ripping this. I'm finding out who the hell you guys are.
I got to know.
So I appreciated that. So MJF's 2-on-1 here. He's holding off a little bit. And then a third one shows up and hits MJF over the head with the pipe. Hits him with the pipe. And then they hit MJF's. What's the move? What do they call it? What do they call the move with the on the ropes where he does that like driver with his legs? I forget it. I forget the move currently. But they hit MJF's move. They pin MJF, and the Devil's masked men are the new Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions.
Yes.
Then the gentleman who hit him with the pipe and two other guys, I believe there were 4 of them, they all start beating down MJF. We hear Samoa Joe's music. Samoa Joe selling the knee injury, limping, has a chair. He's trying to get to the ring as fast as he can. He gets to the ring. He runs off the masked men, and it's just him and MJF in the ring. And MJF is beaten down, but he's kind of hanging on Joe. And then we see the Devil. The Devil is on the screen. He doesn't say anything. The screen goes black. And at this point, MJF is in front of Samoa Joe, looking at the screen. Joe has the chair in his hand, and we see on the screen in that Devil's writing, it says, "Pleasure doing business with you." And then behind MJF, I thought it was perfect. As you see Samoa Joe, he's kind of standing there like he's looking, and then you can see the emotion just leave his face. And he becomes very calm. He's not breathing anymore, and he just kind of looks at MJF and tilts his head sideways, and he just whacks MJF across the back with the chair, hits him a couple more times with the chair, brings him to the corner, and he yells right in Max's face. He goes, "Max, I did this to you." And he sets him up and drops him with a muscle buster. And then
So is he the devil?
Nope. He stands over MJF, raising the AEW World Heavyweight Championship as Dynamite goes off the air. So, as Ophelia said, it seems that Samoa Joe, he made a deal with the devil. He literally made a deal with the devil. He's been working with the devil this whole time. Now,
I hear rumors that it's Tony Khan is the devil.
maybe, but I want to bring everyone back real quick. Now, maybe not real quick, but when Adam Cole was around, do y'all remember Adam Cole telling MJF, "Hey, you should trust Samoa Joe. You should take Samoa Joe up on his offer. He's offering to be your teammate. I think you should take him up." Adam Cole was adamant multiple times that MJF should take Samoa Joe up on his offer. Hey, you should listen to Joe. He's offering you assistance. You should listen to Joe. Now,
don't stop, Doc. That's genius.
I know it is very good.
I would be down with that.
It is very good.
Shane O'Mac, here comes the devil.
Money. Now, do you remember that, Pluggo? Do you remember Adam Cole being pretty adamant with MJF that he listened to Samoa Joe and take Samoa Joe up on his offer? Now, why would Adam Cole? Why would Adam Cole be adamant about that? Could it be because maybe Adam Cole's the devil, and he was working with Samoa Joe the whole time?
Soften him up.
Maybe. Could that be it?
Could be.
I'm just throwing that out there because I vividly remember Adam Cole. Dustin, come on now. Shane would tear another muscle walk into the ring. Poor Shane. That happened this year, didn't it? Was that this year?
Yeah. That was
that was this year, right?
That was WrestleMania, and Snoop Dogg called it audible. Right. Holy shit! Snoop Dogg had to beat the Miz. I forgot all about that.
That was
all of a sudden,
right?
Shane falls down and didn't know what to do, and
poor Shane.
And then
he did a leapfrog, right? It was just a leapfrog, right? And he just popped.
And then Miz is like, "Snoop, you got to do something."
And Snoop was like, "I'll win this fucking match. I don't care. I'll do it." He did a people's elbow, didn't he? Didn't Snoop do a people's elbow?
Yeah. You know why we forgot about that? Because it was night 2 of WrestleMania, which was very forgettable. I took every piece of me not to do feud of the year, Cody Rhodes versus finishing the story.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought about it.
It's okay. Fucking bullshit.
But we're halfway to our goal right now of 20 likes. We're at 10. Let's come on, tell your friends.
I feel good. I feel Pluggo. I feel good. I think we're going to get there. But all I'm saying is I expect on Sunday this will get wrapped up because I according to SRS, like MJF is like legit hurt too. Like he's banged up, like to the point where like whenever they, reveal this, like he's gonna be out, like he's gonna be taking some time off.
They're gonna write him off TV.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So
does he lose on Saturday?
I think so. What do you think? Do you think he retains? Where are you?
I
guess we can talk about the main event first because we're already talking about it. Well, first of all, how do you feel about the whole reveal? And in the chat, give us your opinions of Samoa Joe kind of working behind MJF's back. There was a lot of discourse. And I know Ophelia, we were chatting last night on social media. She did not like the way that the match went down. And I get it. It's for the Ring of Honor titles. There's a lot of people very passionate about Ring of Honor. And those titles have been an afterthought here for a long time because of this story and the way the match happened. I get it. Me personally, I loved it. I love Samoa Joe being like, "No, I one up in you, Max. I am on your level. I am as nasty as you. I am on the level of the devil because I'm Samoa Joe." I love that. I liked it the way it happened. But how are you feeling about what went down last night? And then, what do you think?
I'm sitting here. I'm firmly in the camp of Samoa Joe winning. Because one, I just think like what's the point of making the deal with the devil if you're not going to finish the job?
But
They've stacked, but I also think, and this is why I think everybody's like, oh, it's MJF in New York. It's a layup win for him. If he wins, he's re-signed. If he loses, he's out. I think it would be like Samoa Joe getting his first big win in MJF's backyard. Because also, why would you lay down the television title just to have him lose his big shot? Like, just it's not any. And if Max is as banged up as they say he is, and you're gonna reveal all this devil stuff on Saturday, like, why not have just? It doesn't hurt MJF if he's got six devils henchmen, a devil, and Samoa Joe, and he's hurt, right? Like, none of that thing. We're not gonna go, oh my gosh, they just ruined MJF. He's going to the WWE. No, it would be like they took all of this stuff to beat him. So I am firmly with Samoa Joe getting the big one. But Doc is saying, guys, don't tell anyone, but he is the devil. Bebe's in the house. What's up? For speaking of which, MJF and Adam Cole are nominated this year for Tag Team of the Year.
They are. They are.
So after listening, Bebe saying, after listening to TK's media call today, I theorized that at World's End he's referring to the end of the pay-per-view cost and moving to streaming. That would be nice, because I was just talking about that with you off air about, like, if we're getting to the point where AEW is moving to a 12 pay-per-view a year plus, Forbidden Doors all in. So you're looking at 14 AEW pay-per-views plus 4 Ring of Honor. That's 16, and you're going to charge $50 a pop.
Yeah,
that's a lot of money. Again, I don't know all the numbers and the ins and outs. I don't know if you get that back if I pay you $10 a month for a streaming service like WWE Network, for instance. Would you make that money back? I don't know. Would you sell it to HBO and make it part of their Bleacher Report package because they're doing that thing? I don't know. I'm down with that. I feel more comfortable dropping 10 a month and getting all sorts of content, back catalogs, things like that from the 50.
I mean, I'd even do, yeah.
Yeah,
you could sell me for 15 or 20 a month. I'd do it. If I'm getting 10 to 12 pay-per-views a month with it, 10 to 1, if it's with Warner Brothers, it's going to be a thing I already have.
I would
if they did if it was Max, HBO Max or whatever, I already have that shit. You gonna charge me $5 extra a month for it, or 10 extra bucks a month?
Right.
Cool. All right.
My thing is this: if they're gonna do that, I don't know how separated it is, but I would just include ROH as part of that. I would
assume that will be
because
I don't know if maybe not the pay-per-views.
I'm not dropping $10 on ROH and they can't even figure out how to stream the shows and everything. And another 50, like you're into the $25-$30 a month for ROH and AEW. That's still a bit steep. Might as well just buy the pay-per-views at that point if you're a casual. So we'll see. I'm interested. I don't know who the devil's going to be. I'm interested. I like a lot of the theories I see online. So I'm actually kind of like, I don't want to know. Like, I don't want it to get spoiled by, a dirt sheet or anything like that. I kind of just want to find out Saturday.
I do too.
But we'll see. But, since we're talking about them, why don't we do Tag Team of the Year?
That works. Let's go.
Because the MJF and Adam Cole were former ROH tag teams. They made the 5 cut. The tag team, the Beardie Award nominees for the Tag Team of the Year are.
Get up. We spent all night getting down. So hit the lights and crank it up. We'll have them singing down every avenue. Keep the bottles closed to loosen you up. It looks so good when it hits those lips and the liquor.
Drums. I know the song.
Yeah, Pluggo's grooving right there.
Dude, those are my boys. Those are my boys. I used to.
And the Beardie of the Year. Is this the second year in a row for these gents?
I believe so. Tag Team of the Year. This was close. FTR. Top guys, baby. Top
guys out.
Top guys out.
Guys out.
Everyone loves the affiliate. Everybody does.
FTR second. Wait, second Beardie in a row.
Last year they won it.
Last year they were the belt collectors. They had
and they won it because of just sheer.
And then they won it again this year. This one was very close. I believe they won by 1 vote.
1 or 2 votes. It was super close. KO and Sammy, I believe, came. I think it was FTR. I can look it up, but let me try to remember. FTR, and then it was like MJF, Adam Cole. No, it was KO and Sammy were second. FTR, Adam Cole, and MJF were second. You can't not talk about how amazing that Adam Cole and MJF stuff was. Like, I mean, I think it was more of the funny spoofs and them just being a duo than it was their actual match work, which was still fine too. But they were ROH tag champs for a long time. The Acclaimed had a really good early start to the year, just like KO and Sammy winning at WrestleMania was huge, so he couldn't leave them off in the Judgment Day, of course. I personally wanted to put Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso in there, but they were only tag champs for 5 days.
It is true.
But it was the yeet heard around the world.
It was the yeet heard around the world. It was the yeet heard around the world. I think I voted for Kevin and Sammy.
That was a huge
Sammy. That was a great moment. WrestleMania Night 1 was excellent.
And that lead up was great.
Yeah, I thought the lead up with, the bloodline and everything involved there and getting to that moment. But after that, they really didn't do a ton. And then now they're on separate shows again. So they're not even together. So but FTR,
even their stuff that they did with like Gunther and the Imperium stuff was cool. Kevin Owens, but then they both kind of got hurt and things then they went on separate ways. So, but FTR is just constant, man, just constant banger matches.
That's what they do. They had a great one with the Young Bucks at All Out. I'm sorry, All In. Man.
This might be the first year that the Young Bucks didn't make the list.
Yeah, I think
it's crazy.
Yeah, sure is. Super. You know what? Let's do another award. I'm feeling the mood. Let's do another
awardies. You go for it. We're gonna back to back, baby. What do you got?
Yeah. Why don't we do? Oh my God, what are we gonna do here? How about we do independent wrestler of the year? Now, there's a story to this one. Let me tell you.
I only laugh because I put this out on socials.
Yeah, sure did.
Tagged the independent wrestlers in it. Yep. A certain independent wrestler that made the 5 basically said
a couple of them did actually.
A couple of them did, but a certain someone said if he doesn't win it, the legitimacy of this award is mute. Basically, it's not important. So we'll see if he won. It was Matt Cardona, basically calling this award not important unless he won it. So let's see your nominees and who won.
The nominees for the Independent Wrestler of the Year are
telling us, get up. We spent all night getting down. So hit the lights and crank it up. We'll have them singing down every avenue. Keep the bottles closed to loosen you up. It looks so good when it hits those 11 seconds.
All right. Yeah, so Jordan Oliver, like Ophelia said in the chat, he tweeted about it and he said, hey, this is a great list, but everyone should be voting for Masha.
Basically because she's the only one that didn't beat him up.
Yeah. So that's what he said. And then, like you said, Matt Cardona basically retweeted and said, hey, good list. Good group, but if I don't win, this shit is not legit.
So your winner of your 2023
the winner of the Independent Wrestler of the Year is, I mean, you could have guessed it. Boom.
Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona. Obviously him tweeting that out swayed the vote big time. He was not winning.
He was not.
He was not winning at the time that he tweeted that. And then when he retweeted or quote tweeted our tweet within the next 3 days, that motherfucker was winning by 40. So that's what happened there. So
and baby, I don't think that you're wrong. So this, I will say this.
Did you vote for Blake Christian?
I personally voted for Speedball.
I voted for Speedball as well.
I will say this list was
This
it's
was
impossible.
another great.
It's impossible to do 5. Independent wrestling. Look at those hunks on screen. Rainmaker, we're talking independent wrestling. We just announced the winner of the Beardies.
Yeah, I know.
My partner in crime.
Yes.
On 4 Exposure.
Smash that like button.
We did our like awards. We didn't do anything. Next year, maybe we'll roll out the red carpet for some exposies or something. But we talked like highly about like Speedball. This year was insane. Crazy year. Masha held the GCW championship. First woman to hold the GCW championship in history. She's deserving. Jordan Oliver, insanely still underrated to this day. I've been singing the dude's praises for years, but this year he's had banger after banger after banger. And Tom talks rubbish with a super chat saying, thanks for being nice people. Tom, thank you, friend. We need to get you back on a show sooner than later or do something with you. You're one of the best. And Cardona, and I'm going to say this, Cardona winning it, Steph DeLander is a huge part of his success. She's fantastic.
Big time.
So I her in-ring wasn't nearly as in-depth as some of the others, so it was hard to put her on the list, but I think this is the Matt Cardona, Steph DeLander winning this thing. I think you can't not do it, but yeah, so I guess this award is legitimate now.
Yeah, thank God.
But there's even names like Mance Warner had a really good year. Judas Icarus had a really good year. Like, there's just people out there that I'm like Brian Keith for hell. Damn, dude, he had a massive year. Like, it was so hard to whittle this thing down to 5. Shout out to Cardona for the retweet. He set it
on fire. He set it on fire.
But I don't think you could argue with any of those 5. You could make a strong case for any of them. Congratulations, Matt. Deathmatch royalty, Matt Cardona.
Damn right. Didn't he just fight for the NWA? That just happened, or he is fighting for the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship? I think soon.
I'm not going to pretend to know that off the top of my
head.
I know he has. He's wrestled everywhere.
He already did.
He's already called out Sean Spears, who got released today, saying, you're going to come try to take. Nope, another guy. Matt Cardona is killing it on the indies. He's doing so much for it. I can't believe that. I'd never seen anything like it.
I mean, you had to know.
Because on the survey, a lot of his fans just voted for Independent Wrestler of the Year. He won it in a landslide.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, once you put something out like that, everyone, they're doing it. You know,
so everybody tweet at Matt Cardona right now and let him know he won a Beardie, and if he'd like to hop in to accept the award, the DMs are wide open.
It's true. You know what? I'm feeling extra snazzy, Pluggo. I want to do another one.
All right, let's go, man. I'm feeling invested. What do you want to do? Another fun one, man. We got a lot of fun.
What do you want? Return/debut of the year?
You
want to do that? You want to save that? You want to do that?
Let's do that because I think there's a lot of meat on that bone.
There is. Yeah, he did not. Yeah, not re-signed as they call it, right? They let his contract expire. AEW doesn't release people.
Released, non-resigned. Yeah. Again, my bad if I misspoke. But before we give you the nominees for the return of the year, we are at 12 likes. We need 8 more. Like I said, tweet Cardona. Tell him to come on the show. But also smash that like button. Share this out. Tell everybody.
Quote tweet his tweet and be like, "You just won the Beardie for Independent Wrestler of the Year,"
which is on at B2Beards on social medias. See if we can.
I'm actually, you know what, Pluggo, kill some time. I'm gonna go do it. I'm gonna tag him right now.
While we do that,
I'm gonna tag him right.
Speaking of Cardona, I don't have a graphic up, but I would be hard pressed to say everybody go to after the show. Stay on this very channel. Spencer Love, the boss man, the man that gives us this platform. He interviewed Matt Cardona's wife, Chelsea Green.
Sure did.
That was a good time. So definitely check that out. Hit up our Patreon. We got We got 7 more Beardie Awards. So what was your favorite moment of 2023 in wrestling or in life? If you guys had something happen in life that you want to brag about, it doesn't even have to be wrestling related. Like if you had a cool year, you did something cool, you have something that you want to promote, put it in the chat. We'll talk about it. We love all of you guys. We love this community. We've got some really awesome people here. And have guys saying only if you had social media. That's true. If you don't have social media, it'd be hard to get a hold of Cardona. But
I'm fucking tweeting him. Hold on.
But I'm telling you, I think 2024. Hey, what you're looking forward in 2024? I know on top of my list is the Ali World Tour. I'm excited to see what he does throughout the Indies. That's going to be dope. Getting to episode 150 for Beards, just on a personal level. That would be dope.
Okay, the deed is done. I tagged him in and everything. Hopefully, we can get a response while we're live. If I do, I'm gonna fucking DM him. Like, you hop on this show right now. You
everybody go smash that retweet.
100%. If he says something, I'm gonna go. You hop on this show right now. You hop on this show right now. He won't, but
I couldn't believe it. I just was like, he was so nice.
Well, Jordan Oliver said something, and I messaged you, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, Jordan Oliver mentioned something like that was cool. He didn't have to do that. That's great. And then the next day, I'm at work, and I check my phone when I'm on my break. I think it might even been Christmas Eve. It was like it was like, and I get a message from you and you're like, Cardona too. And I'm like, what? You know how I feel about Matt Cardona. I love Matt Cardona. Yeah. You know how I feel about him. And so I was like, what? And then I went on the socials and I saw that he said something and I was like, my God. I'm like, what? Hell yeah.
Crazy.
Couldn't believe it. But anyway, all right. Yes. Let's do one more Beardie because we still have like 5 or 6 left to do.
10 total. We've announced 3 so far.
This will be the 4th.
So yes.
Let's do the nominees for the return/debut of the year are.
We spent all night getting down. And crank it up, we'll have them singing down every avenue. Keep the bottles close to loosen you up and look so good when it hits those lips and good. The liquor.
All right, a good 5 there. We have Mercedes Moné debuting at Wrestle Kingdom. No, was it? No, not Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah,
it was Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, and it was the same. It was like the first show of the year.
Yeah, literally January 4th, I believe it was. We had Trinity showing up at Impact, soon to be TNA again.
Shit. What? We'll talk about it in a second.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, damn, dude. We had Edge, Adam Copeland showing up at Wrestle Dream and showing up in AEW. There's another one. I can't remember at this moment. Oh, Randy Orton.
Randy Orton at Survivor Series.
At Survivor Series. And then we had another one at Survivor Series, CM Punk.
Which he could have been on here twice, but we thought the WWE one was more significant than his second return to AEW. But before we announce the winner, we got to put it on the screen. My God, Grainmaker Blair, you absolute stud, with a monster super chat, probably the biggest super chat we've ever gotten in Beard's history.
It's true. It's
you
true.
Fellas have a great show. Love you both. Love the chat. Take care, y'all. We love you, Blair. And I got to be honest, if I could, for a second before we announce the winner, just say, like, it's been an absolute pleasure from all of us here at Love Wrestling that you came into the fold in 2023, and your contributions have been just fantastic from just getting to know you, being obviously your co-host on For Exposure, but just the brunch gimmick that you do every Sunday is killer. All of the stuff you do for us is fantastic, Blair. So if anything, thank you. We should be giving you a super chat.
Absolutely.
And Cecilia saying meeting Blair was a highlight for her. So yeah, again, if you're in the chat, highlights of the year, let's talk about them. Doesn't even have to be wrestling, but the winner of the 2023 this was a no-brainer.
I felt like this was a no-brainer.
This is easy. One Cortavius Montrell Punk.
CM Punk
back
returning
to
WWE. at the end of Survivor Series. Yeah, I mean, CM Punk could have been nominated twice on this award if you really wanted to look at it. I know we were discussing it, and I was like, the WWE one is bigger, obviously. So I feel like we can't have him take up 2, especially when there's only 5. But and
that's why, like, when we talked about it, if I could be kind of like, I didn't want to put him on there twice and leave out the significance of formerly known as Naomi going to Impact and winning the Impact title and revitalizing that division that had just lost a few people. So like, I didn't want to leave her off the list because I think that as much as we don't cover Impact on this show per se, like, she's doing great things over there. And that was a huge get for them in that women's division that's already loaded. So I strongly disagree, but even I voted for Punk. Hab Guy, well then who would have been, if you weren't going to vote for Punk, Hab Guy, who would have been your return of the year? But hell froze over. 10 years out of WWE, he came back after.
He said I strongly dislike him, not disagree.
Oh, I'm sorry.
He said I strongly dislike him, but even I voted for Punk's return. Yeah, because it was undeniable. It's undeniable.
That brightness from the Grainmaker super chat is it's killing me. But yeah, we greatly appreciate super chats here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously,
Dog had a good one. Carlito.
I was there for that.
No,
that was.
Well, you were there for the match, right? I'm talking the one.
Yeah, Fastlane. I was there for the match. Yeah, he was fashionable.
Carlito, that could have been mentioned. His pop that he got at
Puerto Rico
was insane. That would have been a good one.
I got to be honest with you. I think I didn't do it. I think we missed the ball, and I think next year we'll rectify. I think we should have did show of the year. We didn't do show. No, we did brand of the year.
Oh yeah, show of the year.
Because part of that Puerto Rico show was absolutely bonkers. All In was bonkers. Like, that's what I'm saying.
All Out was really good too.
All Out was good. Wrestle Dream was cool. Forbidden Door.
This has nothing to do with wrestling, but can we talk about how at halftime the Detroit Pistons, who have lost 27 games in a row, are beating the Celtics by 22 points? Okay. All right. Anyway. Okay.
Yes.
Celtics are the Celtics have the best record in the league. Anyway.
Yep. Philly said she voted for Edge. But I was saying thank you again to Blair with the super chat, Tom with the super chat. We appreciate those. We don't promote that very often, but obviously any super chats you get, just go back into what we do here. So those are greatly appreciated. The likes, the subscribes, all you guys rule. We love all you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you so much. That's insane to see people just giving us money.
Yep.
For now, they're winning. Have guys saying for now they're just teasing.
For now, yeah, I know. Jeez. Thunder Rosa was. Yeah, we had already created
the list, but Thunder Rosa, Doc, for me, money. I'm so excited that she's back.
So glad she's back.
She's been sorely missed, in my opinion. She is one of my favorite wrestlers on the planet. So, yeah, unfortunately, the list was already kind of made, done. The voting had started because she came back like 2 weeks ago, which is tough. You're not always going to nail this, but I guess if we wanted to, like, whatever happens, we could just put it into next year if we wanted.
I mean,
it's tough because I know
you might have to remind me, but is there a reason we only do 5 and not 10? Because I feel like we could probably up it to 10 next year.
Do you want to be honest? Do you want to shoot on them?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
We on some of these categories. It was tough to get to 10.
Oh yeah.
It was tough. Well, it was tough to get to 5, but we could in future years, if we wanted to, we could add it in, or we could add a write-in feature. Because again, these votes are 1,000% you guys. Obviously we vote because we made the list, so we put our vote in there, but like, this is a fan vote. This is like, so again, if you wanted to, if Matt Cardona wants to win a Beardie, he campaigned and he won.
Yeah.
It's all up to the fans. So yeah, next year what we need to do, what I should do, or what we should do, is we need to get like a journal and write down like, this match ruled. This was good. This was good. So like next year, we're not like, oh, what happened in January?
Yeah.
Bebe with the super chat. My guy, thank you so much.
In early 2023, I went from starving and broke to a decent job. Thank you for being so nice at a super rough spot for me in 2023. Meant a lot. Thank you. Well, I'm glad things are better for you, buddy. I'm glad things are better for you, buddy.
Dude, no, thank
glad
you.
that-
Bebe is always in the chats and all of our streams. Such a good person.
You
Thank
did not
you.
have to do that, my friend. I
No.
appreciate that. I'm glad things are better. I'm glad we could have been of,
Yeah,
whatever we were doing to help. I'm glad.
but no, thank you.
We did. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. You know what? I'm feeling in the mood.
Dude, yeah, I feel
We're
you
just
saying
gonna
full 10, maybe 7. We had tossed around that idea last year because last year was also another tight, like, oh my God, like we leave, there's people we left off these lists that rightfully so. So next year, we're evolving this thing. Each year it's gotten bigger, it's gotten better. Like this was the most votes we've ever had. Thank you. Obviously, Cardona skewed it, but even then we were trending towards having our biggest voter output of the year. So we're open to suggestion. I put suggestion boxes if you voted. So yeah, let's keep it rolling, baby. We're killing it.
Keep it going. What do you want to do, Pluggo? You pick one.
Oh, let's do I don't know if we want
We
to
have brand of the year, feud of the year, story of the year. Until the
Till the
day.
day I
All right, thank you. All right, yeah.
I thought this
Until
I
my
should
heart
have
for
you.
you should have played that music on there.
But we would have got
off YouTube.
We could do story of the year. We just talked about a gentleman. He's in this nomination. So let's do story of the year. Let's just keep it rolling.
Story of the year.
So in
Page
the chat,
Avenue.
be ready to talk about your favorite storyline of 2023 or your favorite moment.
Yeah. Here are the nominees in the 2023 Beardie Awards for story of the year.
Telling us, get up, get up, get up. We spent all night getting down. So hit the lights and crank it up. We'll have them singing down every avenue. Keep the bottles closed to loosen you up and look so good when it hits those lips and good. The liquor
Runs through.
I feel like this is Grayson Waller versus the Swifties.
Grayson Waller versus everyone. The Pistons. He went after the Pistons yesterday.
Well, what the fuck?
he woke up the
Couldn't have waited a day.
He woke up the monster.
Couldn't have waited a day. You woke up.
P.S.
Cunningham's been
Before
balling
we
out.
announce the winner of the storyline, the story of the year, the news story of the year, whatever you want to call it, Skip Bayless needs to retire. He basically said that Cade Cunningham ain't that guy. When they lost yesterday, he dropped 41 points, almost had a triple-double. He's not the problem. Yeah. Anyway.
Enough. Enough. They're gonna beat the Celtics tonight, and all will be fun. All will be fun in the world of Detroit.
If anybody wants to tweet at the next person that won this award and let them know that they've won 2.
Yeah, I mean, for you anti-CM Punk people,
this ain't the one.
This ain't your section of the show. This ain't your section of the show.
Beardie winners,
because the 2023 Beardie for story of the year is the CM Punk saga. The people that voted
saga.
He won by a lot. He won by a lot.
It's listen. It's hard.
The guy returned from being injured and suspended. Was there started a collision show that everybody was like, this show rules. And then a month later, got in another fight with somebody and got fired with cause. And then 2 months later, he went back to WWE. And now he's back in WWE kissing everybody's boots.
Literally, it's
about to main event WrestleMania next year with Seth Rollins is what's about to happen. So,
and we literally, it's we joked weekly. We created this right here
Punk date
for a reason.
Literally was created because of all the drama and all the stuff that was going on with that guy, like him or hate him. And
like, it was hard to avoid. It was literally whether we loved it or hate. I know we've said plenty about it, so we won't dive deep into it, but he took over the wrestling news cycle. Honestly, the WWE merger was huge because Vince at the beginning of the year was trying to weasel his way back in. This is how he got in. Now he's out of creative, has never happened in WWE history. that's a crazy storyline to me.
That picture of Vince.
So-
I'm never gonna get over that picture of Vince.
I had to. I was looking.
No, it's unbelievable.
I had to. I was like,
that mustache to me. I'm just like, bro. No. That is.
He couldn't. I could have guys saying he couldn't vote for CM Punk.
Couldn't bring himself to
Who
vote
did
for
you
that.
vote for then?
I mean, I felt like Jade Cargo when it happened was a big deal.
It was huge.
That was a big deal. I mean, WWE getting sold. Vince McMahon not being the owner of WWE for the first time in most of all of our lives.
Yeah, for
$9.3 billion. And they created TKO. Vince not being involved in creative for the first time in forever. Listen, AEW setting the attendance record for the largest show ever, also another huge achievement. And they're well on their way for doing it again next year. The picture of Vince is just
I couldn't help myself.
Unreal.
Just crazy stuff. And like I think like we're at a place right now where we're kind of like in the rear view mirror. Obviously it's the end of the year, but like you just forget how big those stories became. Like Jade leaving, like how massive that was. Like, oh my God, what's AEW doing, letting her walk to the competitor? Yeah. CM Punk, obviously juggernaut, but like AEW, that attendance records, granted it was disputed by haters and this and that, but either way, either number that you looked at, whether it was Gate or that they said was still the biggest wrestling event in wrestling, that wasn't WWE for. Was it London? Like that's the biggest one. Like, just crazy stuff. It makes him look like he wants a bunch of children to work in a sweatshop.
It is like the epitome of like.
It's not
like
great.
If you were watching some cheesy.
It's Euro,
like kids
Euro
movie,
trip.
Rocky and Bullwinkle, Home Alone, Richie Rich, like those type of movies. The villain would look like that. He would have that, like, whatever that Walt, like, it's just like, man.
Scoozy.
What a photo.
I did say this. I saw some other fine awards this year where they had mentioned the losses of like Bray Wyatt, Terry Funk, things like that.
Of course.
Story of the year. I just didn't feel comfortable, like, putting that. I just want to say, like, that was a big
like obviously losing
Bray Wyatt to, unfortunately I just didn't want to put that. I just didn't feel comfortable putting that as an award nomination, somebody passing, but obviously that was huge this year. Big loss in the wrestling world, just in general. So
of course
if anybody asks, because I saw it on some award ballots throughout some of these other awards that people do, and more power to you. It wasn't our vibe.
Yeah, no. Maybe next year if we Pluggo does all this the editing stuff, because I am useless when it comes to stuff like that. But maybe next year if we get better at it, we'll do an in memoriam.
Yeah.
We can do an in memoriam or something like that if we can do that. And Ophelia, you're not wrong. You're
not wrong. But I also this is supposed to, and this is another thing that we do that I don't like. We're having fun right now with some of these news stories. We're not going to sit here and be like worst wrestler of the year. I don't want to do like, I don't want to celebrate wrestling, and I don't want to like say that not acknowledging Terry Funk, Bray Wyatt, and all that have passed this year is like a bad thing. I just didn't want it to be like, you just want a Beardie for passing away. I just feel like that would be, this just wouldn't fit the vibe, but we could still acknowledge that they exist. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I feel like I'm just talking, but basically it was a big news story for us that broke. Literally, we were supposed to have a guest that night, and it was just like it crushed all of us, and we had a great show, and that was part of the reason. Like 2023, that was one of my favorite shows in 2023. Not because of Bray passing, just the community. Everybody was so chill in the chat. All we did was we shared Bray Wyatt stories and talked about Brody Lee, and it was just one of these, like, that's where I knew like we have a really awesome community here. Like nobody was rude, it was all chill. It was really cool. So
yeah, I agree. Dustin says next year you have to do a beard of the year. This year Lexus King would have surely won, right?
I don't know if that's a good beard, Dustin. I don't even know if that counts.
I mean, it has to count. It would get nominated, right? It'd have to. No? What a
it would get nominated.
What a choice.
But I think it would get nominated out of like, what is that?
What a choice.
That's not a beard. It's a chin butt. Yeah, thank you. It's just like last week when Zach was like, name this beard, and none of them were beards.
No. All right. You know what, Pluggo? We're just going to keep this train going. Might as well. Just go through all of them, and then we'll talk some World's End, AEW, talk some WWE. We'll talk whatever we want. Yeah. All right. How about we're halfway through. Yeah, CM Punk's out the way. We're halfway through. We've done 5. We have 5 more. So why don't we do brand of the year? The nominees are.
Get up. We spent all night getting down. So hit the lights and crank it up. We'll have them singing down every avenue. Keep the bottles closed to loosen you up and look so good when it hits those lips and the liquor.
Oh yeah.
I will say this.
I voted for Wrestling Society X there. So.
Yeah, I voted for Lucha Underground season 1.
Hell yeah. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say that this year's was the closest it's ever been. And we've only done this 3 times, but it was the closest vote.
And the
second closest vote of all of the Beardies, but this was this was a good one.
The winner goes to
there's no prime AEW Dynamite won very close. They usually run away with said vote, but this year they only eked it out over SmackDown.
Wait, SmackDown was second.
SmackDown was second, not Raw. SmackDown was second this year. Raw was third. Bad. Collision was fourth, and I think and NXT was fifth.
That's fair.
Again, I think next year might switch this to show of the year because I think that's got. But overall, like we had talked about at the beginning of the episode and throughout, like wrestling has just been hot. Like all the shows, like you can find good stuff on all the programs. Some harder than others, but I mean, Collision was hot for a while. There was a debate whether you're a Collider or a Kaboomer, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that what it was? Kaboomer was Dynamite.
I don't know. I believe you and Drew Nicholas talked about it on AF.
We did. Yeah, I mean, you could have made an argument for a lot of those ones. I was just gonna say,
NWA Power did not make the list this year.
No, I was just gonna say I kind of agree with Hab Guy's comment here. As much as I love Dynamite, it has had its fair shares of downs this year, big time.
And that's what I was saying. Like it ran last year. It ran away with this thing. It wasn't even close. This year, it was slim, very slim.
Yeah, I feel like AEW was kind of an up and down product this year. But to me, I mean, they're still my top brand. Dynamite is still my top show, so I'm glad it won. But if there was ever going to be a year in the 3 that we've done it where I could have seen a Raw or a SmackDown overtake it, I thought this could have been the year. I think, but it held on to the victory. All right.
It eked it by.
Yeah. I mean, we have feud of the year, and then we have the big 3, Pluggo.
Yeah.
Male wrestler of the year, female wrestler of the year, and match of the year. So let's find out the nominees right now. There were a lot of good feuds this year, Pluggo. A lot of good feuds.
Yes, there was.
There were a lot of good feuds this year.
A lot that didn't make the cut that probably could have. There's one that I'm surprised we didn't put it on the list, but we'll talk about it after.
Wait, which one was that?
Ilya and Carmelo Hayes.
That was good.
That was a good one.
That was good. Yeah, there were a lot of them. I thought feuds are what make wrestling, guys. I mean, we live because of the stories, and these were the 5, at least to us, the 5 feuds that stuck out for the year. And here are the nominees for the Beardie for Feud of the Year.
Telling us, get up, get up, get up. We spent all night getting down. So hit the lights and crank it up. We'll have them singing down every avenue. Keep the bottles closed to loosen you up and look so good when it hits those lips and darling.
You're singing that song every time, aren't you?
I do. Banger, dude. That album rules. I wish they still made music. And the Beardie goes to, and this one was a pretty significant win.
I would say so. Of those 5?
Of those 5, and boom. The dude almost stole a baby.
Almost. Prince Nana in that picture, though. Look at Prince Nana.
Yeah. And let's just be honest. If you're drinking another man's blood, that's serious.
Still to this day, when he did that, I was like, my God. Dude. You can make an argument, and I know it was voted on a little bit later in the Beardies, but you can make an argument that match that they had. Damn right. Home invasion.
Yeah, home invasion.
Home invasion angle. We had someone drinking someone else's blood. They had 3 matches. All 3 were good, but that particular
it elevated Swerve into what we do. Stardom. Like, it was like, this is a huge moment for him. Like, it was such a big moment for him that we were like, he's got to win the Continental Classic. Now, we found out he's not going to, but
yeah, it's true. It's true. Hangman and Swerve were, it was one of those feuds that I was not. Oh. I'm letting Pluggo go. I let him go there.
Remember at one point we thought that he was going to drop the Nana part of it because it didn't really fit the seriousness of where he was going, but then it exploded into this just phenomenon that it's like, you got to make it work.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, what more can we say about the match that they had at Full Gear was just, what can you do? What can you do? It was tremendous. And it was one of those feuds where I think we talked about it because AEW did this like a few times. They did it with Moxley and Orange Cassidy, which was nominated there. Like, those were not feuds at the time that they started that I was even thinking about.
Yeah.
When Hangman was out there cutting a promo, I wasn't expecting to hear Swerve's music the first time Swerve interrupted him. But once Swerve interrupted him, I was like, oh, man. Yep. This is going to rule.
And it's still a thing.
And it did.
It's
and
awesome.
There's still, it's one of those things where I feel like they're always going to kind of cross paths every so often and walk by each other, and everyone's just going to immediately remember and be like, man, remember those guys? Man.
We and a couple other just like notables, like we could have said, Christian Cage, Adam Copeland, but again, that kind of hasn't really, it didn't really start to take off until just around the time that we said everything. Just a good year for story. I mean, Moxley and Orange Cassidy was fun. I had a good time with that. Jey Uso and Roman Reigns, obviously, like that whole like tribal chief storyline, like
and Cody and the All Stars of Raw have been feuding with the Judgment Day since fucking WrestleMania.
Yeah, it's hard to not.
Since WrestleMania,
They're in there for sheer volume of how long that feud has gone on.
I mean, it's been shit's still not over.
Every week on Raw for like 6 months, it's been what version of Cody and these guys can we get against Judgment Day?
Yes, it is. Unbelievable. It just ended a month ago. Incredible.
And they might just go back to the well. You never know.
You never know. I mean,
because Cody will win the championship, then Damian Priest
will try to cash in.
Yeah, so it's not over yet.
No,
it's definitely not over yet.
All right, we are down to our final 3 awards, Pluggo.
Okay, so why don't we do this? What's left? We
have male
match
wrestler
of the year,
female
male
wrestler.
What
I
does
think match
the
of the year
chat
should go
want?
last.
What would the chat like?
I feel like match of the year should go last because you don't want to put one of the sexes over the other. So I feel like you do those kind of back to back, and then match of the year is kind of the.
So should we go with
creme.
male or female?
I would do male first, and then
Let's
female,
do
and
male.
then is that what we're feeling?
Let's do it.
Is that what we're feeling? I feel like that's kind of.
I'm down.
All right, here we go. We're to the big three. The nominees for male wrestler of the year and the 2023 Beardies.
Telling us, get up, get up, get up. We spent all night getting down. So hit the lights and crank it up. We'll have them singing down every avenue. Keep the bottles closed to lose.
In the chat, who do you guys think?
Yeah, let us know what you
Let
think.
us know who you think the male wrestler of the year is, Pluggo.
And let us know if somebody got left off. Because I got to tell you, that was hard.
This is where I was like, we probably could have done 10. We
could have easily. I mean,
for sure.
We left Daniel Bryant.
Brian Daniels is not on there. John Moxley's not on there.
Cody had a good year.
Cody Rhodes is not. Roman. I know he didn't wrestle a lot, but Roman Reigns is still the champion for the whole calendar year. Not nominated.
Doc saying he was. Yeah, you were nominated. I think the extra.
And that is true. They did announce. I believe they announced earlier today or yesterday that Gunther and his bride had a baby. Congratulations to Gunther. Well deserved.
So I'm wondering, I'll have to dig into it and I'll have to figure out a way, but I'm wondering if you can do multiple choice votes and have like a write-in as well, where you could let the fans be like, no, we want, Marco Stunt to win Wrestler of the Year. Come on, last show of the year, dude. I got to get it in. I got to get the.
I get it.
Listen, man, it's
there you go. Have guys saying if Swerve was on there, he would have voted for him.
It's Swerve.
True. Speedball Mike Bailey was
you could
nominated for independent. You could have thrown him into wrestling.
I thought about it.
There were, and we're missing people. I know we haven't mentioned anybody from. Well, Will Ospreay is on there, but we haven't mentioned anybody else from Japan or anything like that. I know it's usually a North American.
Eddie Kingston has an argument.
Stuff
he's doing in ROH.
Josh Alexander in Impact, another one.
Alex Shelley.
There were a lot of people that could have been.
We'll have to talk to the board of trustees, which is essentially just you, I, and our fans.
Yeah,
and maybe in 2024 we'll go hard with
we have a couple mentions, but the winner of
and by the way, this was the closest one vote. This was it. One vote
separated this, and the
Insane.
the Beardie for male wrestler of the year goes to
Gunther.
Ring General Gunther, which I think that's right. I think
he's held that thing for 500 plus days. He beat out Will Ospreay by one vote because Ospreay's been on it. How guys saying Marco Stunt? So JPJ is looking for a new beards partner now. Listen, if Marco Stunt comes to call in, I don't know if he's like, I'm only available Thursday night at 8:00. I'm kidding. I'd be like, Marco, we could do Between Two Beards with Marco Stunt.
Yeah.
If you guys want to tweet at Marco Stunt and let him know, he can come on Beards anytime he wants. But yeah, Seth Rollins had a killer year as the world champion. But Gunther, just every match is banger after banger after banger, and the wife just ran down here in a weird panic. Oh, hopefully everything okay.
The heat's off.
Uh-oh.
Did you not pay the bill, bro?
No, I took care of it. It's just she's so hot, I never notice.
Wow. Well done. Well, you see Hab guy saying he debated a while between Gunther and Ospreay. Those were the top two. Gunther got him by a vote. Look, we've talked about Gunther a lot on here. As good a year as there has been. I think that he has had.
She
easily the
fixed
best
it, guys.
There we go. I think that he has easily had the best title reign. Athena, you can make an argument for Athena with me.
Yeah,
With me.
and I'm wearing
I think
his.
Gunther has had the best title reign of all the wrestling.
Yeah, consistency across the
Yep,
board.
I think he's the best. Right now, I think he's the best male wrestler in that company. Yeah, man. I don't want him to lose the IC title because I love the reign so much, but I want, you know how I feel. I want Cody to win at Mania, and then I want Gunther to take it from Cody shortly after.
Listen, I know she's saying it in jest, but I would be down for the JPJ Affiliate Power Hour if you two did something. I would be game to be just a fan, but I'll come on anytime you want. And I know what people are thinking. I know what some of the internet would say. Orange Cassidy, I don't care what you guys said. The dude was a monster this year. Consistency. Do you want to talk consistency and match after match after match? He has made that international title what it's going to be. I think we're going to look back on that reign in like 20 years and be like, damn, that was dope. I could have said Christian Cage as I'm wearing a sweater where I kind of look like I'm wearing a turtleneck. I'm not, but a
quick update with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Celtics have an 88-84 lead on the Detroit Pistons. So we're okay. We're living dreams. We're living dreams over here, people. Beating the team.
You gave them hope. Woo.
At halftime, they must have been in the halftime like, hell yeah, dude, we're beating the Celtics. And the Celtics were like, all the players of the Celtics went into the halftime and went, all right, guys, we got to try. We got to try tonight. We got to try. All right, let's go. We're not losing to this team. Not us. Oh. Not us. But anyway.
Today.
We can't be the ones. Can't be us. Oh, boy, what a time.
I would die though if you guys
it would have happened on air. That show would have ended.
We don't care about the rest of the Beardies. The Celtics lost to the 2-28 Pistons or whatever it is.
I mean, the game's not over, and we're only up 4. I mean, I wouldn't.
Oh, you guys are fine. The Pistons don't have a killer instinct in them. Unless the NBA doesn't want this to continue, they'll be fine.
You think?
Oh, I 1,000% believe in sports being maybe not rigged is a strong word, but like I could see like back in the day, Tim Donaghy, you can see Adam Silver being like, listen, we got to make a couple more calls just to make it interesting because we can't have a team be this bad.
That's fair.
Like the Pistons, like not to go basketball on everybody, but like the Pistons are, for those that don't know, have lost 27 straight games. They're 2-29. No, because they started the season 2-21, no. So they're 2-28.
Hold on, I have it right here.
They started 2-1, so they're 2-28.
Yes, they are. They've
lost 27 straight, which is a record. They are in danger of being like the worst NBA basketball team of all time. I can't see anyway.
Yeah, they are. And,
so yeah, we're still down. We're reminiscing down the year that was 2023. Again, in the chat, guys, let us know how you felt about 2023, how you felt about these awards, how you feel about life, what you're looking forward to in 2024. We've got 2 more awards to go. Then we'll preview the AEW pay-per-view this weekend. So the female wrestler of the year, this was another one. Jesus, man. Winner is it tough to narrow it down to 5, but there was a clear-cut favorite. We'll just say that.
Yep. Here it is. Female wrestler of the year.
Get up, get up, get up. We spent all night getting down. So hit the lights and crank it up. We'll have them singing down every avenue. Keep the bottles closed to loosen you up and look so good when it hits those 11 seconds.
All right. Strong list. We have Doc saying Athena, Tony, and Rhea are the only acceptable outcomes. I feel you saying Rhea. To me,
this is tough.
This was tough. However, immediately one of them stuck out to me just because I think
why don't we announce the winner, and then you could say your piece, because I know you got something in the chamber. I can tell.
Not really. But the winner,
not like a rant,
wrestler,
but like you got thoughts.
The winner of the Female Wrestler of the Year Beardie Award is Rhea Ripley. Not a huge show. I mean,
not even close.
I can imagine. Was this the biggest blowout of the evening?
No, Cardona was the biggest blowout of the evening. Yeah. But this and the CM Punk story of the year were the two top, not Matt Cardona. I can't believe Matt Cardona derailed our Beardies. I love it. I love it. I love it for him. I love it for him. Congratulations. But yeah, Rhea Ripley, I mean, how could you not argue? Like, I know Athena has been on an absolute run, and she's doing great things with that ROH World title. But, like, just Rhea Ripley could be Wrestler of the Year. Like, she's been in the mix on every major storyline. She's doing phenomenal work. I know that her title reign has maybe been lackluster to certain people, but she's doing so much other stuff that I think it's okay to say, we can deal with it's like the Roman Reigns effect, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, Ophelia's saying that right there. I don't see ROH, so I don't see enough Athena. I think that's part of the I don't know why they've not put Athena on Dynamite, but they've done it with a lot of other ROH champions. I don't know why Athena is not getting a chance to shine on their flagship program. I think would help her case.
I agree. Because
I think what she's doing is fantastic. So let's go with that. And Julia, man, second for Hab Guy. Every match she has is a banger. She's on everybody's radar as the next big signing. She's had herself a hell of a year. So we definitely had to put her on the list. And then Becky Lynch, she carried I'm dropping stuff. She carried the NXT. She carried the NXT title for a while. She had banger after banger after banger of a match. You could have said Bianca Belair there. You could have put Io Sky in that mix.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's just options. Needs
100%.
to be, and I guys are right, 100% easier access. That's why I said if they're gonna.
I feel like Athena might have actually gotten this award if Ring of Honor was way more easily accessible. If you could find it, because she has had an all-time year, dude, an all-time year.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny. I'm trying to remember, and I think it was in 2023. It was on Dark. She had that match was that Nicole Matthews?
Yes.
And she it was a physical match.
No. It was with Jody Threat.
That's right. Jody. I knew it was somebody LPW related because that was a big talking point for us just, casually when we would talk. Like she had that match with Jody Threat where it was physical. She hit it real hard. And then there was just this really awkward discourse with Athena where it's like, that was unsafe, yada, yada, yada. And then it's like, no, if you've been paying attention, that's what she does. And then she's off to the races in ROH shortly after that. So, and then
it is different for the people above us. It's easier for us to access it in the States. It's still not the easiest, but it's even harder for them. Like Ophelia's they would have to pay for Ring of Honor and then pay to see Rampage and Collision on two different
that's why I said earlier, put it under one umbrella, make it enticing. I gotta be, we've talked about it on this show, and I'm not saying anything negative, but ROH, I watch it sparingly. I used to watch it just periodically here and there. I wasn't a old school ROH guy. So the library to me, that would be me discovering a lot of new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's do I spend $10 for a library that I'm not super familiar with just to have it and then watch the ROH, or do I just pay attention how I've been paying attention? Do I want to spend that money? I get it. It's hard. There's so much money to be, money's tight. So that's why when everybody super chatted earlier, we appreciate you. We know how hard it is out there in the streets, but what do you do?
Yeah.
Do pay for ROH and then pay for HBO Max, the Honor Club. I think you gotta somehow figure out a way to just make that part of it.
I agree.
And I think the numbers for ROH would go up. People like Athena would be getting the shine that she deserves. Billy Starks has been killing it over there in ROH as well. That whole storyline ruled. Like,
Sure did. And that match that they had at Final Battle was just terrific. I still would have had Billy win, but it still was excellent. Ring of Honor has had great pay-per-views as well, so it's one of those things where it's like, you know, you need,
but there was
more people need to be able to see it, and you need to put your main, again, a lot of the title matches, a lot of the things that they're on AEW television. It's like, you know, you gotta make people want to buy Ring of Honor.
Yeah, why am I?
Two things. You need to make Ring of Honor easier to get for people, and then you need to make people want to go out of their way to watch and buy the product.
Why would I watch Ring of Honor if Eddie Kingston's going to be on Dynamite?
There you go. There you go.
Claudio was on Dynamite every week when he was the champ.
Yeah, you know, and you got to figure out a way to do both. I'm not saying Ring of Honor people can't be on Dynamite, but they can't just be on, like, there needs to be.
The best ROH stuff cannot be on your other shows.
Correct.
The best ROH stuff needs to be on ROH so that I will go, okay, I'm willing to give you money. Sierra. I can't speak. I keep saying first Serena.
I don't know why you're trying to read the comments, and leave it to your brother if you can't speak, Pluggo.
Hi.
Good
I'm just so
Lord.
excited. I don't know. But yeah, so that's probably why. But Rhea, hands down, I think it was just everybody knew.
All right.
What is Dustin, you know when ROH airs? Right now. It's on right now.
It's on Thursday nights. On
Thursday night at 8:00. They decided to counter program us. So don't leave us go.
Yeah.
If Doc's in the chat still, he can attest to covering the 19 match Ring of Honor episodes that made no sense when they first started.
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
100%.
What the hell? So they're figuring it out, but there's still work to be done. So
there is. And, you know, there's still work to be done here, Pluggo, because we are down to our final Beardie Award of the year. It is for Match of the Year.
Yep.
This was hard to narrow down to 5.
Super hard.
This could have easily been 20, but
I have matches that I can't believe we didn't put on there.
Yeah, 100%. And people will be like, no, that match should have been on there.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. But these are what we came up with. The 5. There will be a lot of other matches.
Let's be honest. On this program, like, we heavily steer into the WWE, AEW, some other things, like when big shows happen, like Wrestle Kingdom or some ROH. Like we do that too, but that's not exact. So this is very just like what we talk about here. But trust me, that's why you're here in the chat. You let us know if we missed them.
My mic just went.
All right. Well, put the Continental Classic on YouTube. But yeah, there you go.
Nice. We're going to talk about the Continental Classic because we're going to dive into some World's End after. But here first, the final Beardie Award, the nominees for Match of the Year.
Telling us, get up. We spent all night getting down. So hit the lights and crank it up. We'll have them singing down every avenue. Keep the bottles close to loosen you up. It looks so good when it hits those lips and good.
All right, y'all. Some good ones in there. The nominees. And now we have, for the record, both Omega Ospreay matches could have made this list. We decided to go with the Wrestle Kingdom one. Just for the record, that was the match that we chose of the 2. But the winner on the Beardie for Match of the Year is boom.
Could have ended it January 4th.
Will Ospreay from Wrestle Kingdom. That match happened literally, like Pluggo just said, on January 4th. And here we are, almost a full calendar year. New Year's is Monday. We are days away from January 1st, 2024.
Wrestle Kingdom 2024.
And we literally are days away from that as well. And the match
held up.
Yes. Unbelievable.
I mean, we could have went a lot of directions here. Like, there was just like, we could have talked Danielson, Zack Sabre Jr. I just thought, like, it wasn't Danielson at full strength. So I was like, it could have been bigger. I mean,
MJF,
Speedball, Zack Sabre Jr.
Iron Man.
Yep.
That could have easily been on there. You could name a whole boatload.
Hell, we might get one at World's End.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. And speaking of World's End, well, first and foremost,
Cody and Roman, Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber. Like, there was options here. It was tough to win.
Rhea and Charlotte from Mania was also spectacular. Okada Danielson at Wrestle Kingdom should be fantastic. You could have put the first
next
Okada
year when
Danielson.
we go to 10, we're gonna have to start writing these down early so we don't.
We're gonna have to figure it out. But first and foremost, before we move on to talk about World's End and all that stuff, we want to thank everybody for voting. This was our largest turnout of the 3 years that we've been doing this. So that was really cool to see.
Hopes and a dreams. Who would have thought we'd do 3 of these?
I know. So the largest turnout ever. We appreciate everybody that took the time to vote, whether you were just voting for just Matt Cardona or not. We do appreciate everyone.
All votes count.
Yes.
And Gunther proved it. Every vote matters. I know what they tell you. The voting doesn't matter, but he won it by 1 vote. So there's one person out there that swayed it to his favor.
Yes. Dustin saying, can't forget the bonus Beardie Award for story that should have been finished.
Which story would that be?
I don't want to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it.
That could have been a match. I know that it wasn't like the outcome that everybody wanted, but Doc's yelling at me. BR Doctor of the Year. You fix everybody's BR when it goes down.
There we go.
Report.
That would be a good one.
Doc, which award of the 10 would you have wanted to win?
Oh, how about that? That's nice.
But yeah, you could have easily did Cody and Roman. It wasn't the outcome we wanted, but it was awesome. He said no. No, he does not fix your Bleacher Report this weekend when it goes down for World's End. But Rhea and Charlotte ruled. I got to be honest with you. That match absolutely ruled at Mania. The Gunther, Sheamus, Walter match. Walter, Gunther, Sheamus, Drew McIntyre match was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not wrong. Third year we've done this. We started this year 1. Like I said, we were half a year in. We're like, should we do a year-end award show? We've only been at this for like 6 months, and I was like, yeah, absolutely. Let's call it the Beardies, and that trophy has made its way through. We should get a physical copy.
Yeah, I feel like at some point we should.
Let's get a physical Beardie. But nope, last year was a great turnout. This year was out of the water. You guys absolutely slayed it with that, being super supportive. I don't think Matt Cardona is going to make it.
No, probably not.
Despite our best efforts.
We tried. Thank you for all the help there as well. All right, let's talk a little bit of World's End. A little quick preview. Get someone to 3D print us one. What?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, dude.
Joe Flacco, 3D printer?
Joe Flacco is just lit.
Is he balling?
Oh my god, dude. Lighting people up, dude.
The Jets suck. No, 3D print it. Yeah, you could get somebody to make it. I never thought we would get to 3. I know that it was an idea that we had, and we were like, yeah, of course we have to earn awards. Because what happened was LPW had started and they had their own awards, and we're like, but we need to have ours. Like, LPW in itself has theirs. Like, let's do our thing, of course. So, by the way, shout out to all the winners of the LPW awards so far. Still more to come.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. All right, let's rock. Let's roll. I mean, Matt Cardona is tweeting right now, bro. He's tweeting some shit right now. So I'm waiting for my I'm waiting for my fucking response, Cardona. You hear me? I'm waiting. I see you tweeting. You just tweeted 27 minutes ago, Cardona.
slide to his TMs. Send him the link.
I'm waiting. I'll be like, you show up.
Listen, he said it. He
Just
said
come in
it.
and tell me to go fuck myself. I don't even care, dude.
He questioned the legitimacy of said awards if he did not win, and he won. So these awards officially are recognized by Matt Cardona as legitimate. So
100%. 100%.
Suck on that.
Cardona. Unbelievable.
That was awesome. That was good for him. Good for them. Good for.
Yep.
Good. He had a hell of a year. I can't argue
True.
that.
He did.
But again, this show is the 28th of December, last show of 2023. But AEW has one more pay-per-view loaded up. And if anything absolutely monumental or crazy happens, I don't know if we can retroactive an award or we can just add it into the 2024 mix. They decided to do the World's End on December 30th, the first pay-per-view ever of this branding. So I'm interested. Another AEW pay-per-view.
Yep.
So what do we got so far on this card?
Oh, we got 10 matches. Obviously, we addressed the MJF Samoa Joe one a little bit earlier. Dustin, we'll talk about that. Why don't we talk about that one first? Because he asked, what does the winner of the Continental Classic get? Well, this Saturday, we have the final, the championship final for the AEW Continental Classic. It is to crown the inaugural Triple Crown champion, which will be the Ring of Honor World Champion, the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, and the inaugural AEW Continental Championship. So that's what you get. This was group.
So they got 3 belts or just 1?
It's 3. They've been showing 3 on the table.
Oh, wow.
Showing 3 on the table. They will be a Triple Crown champion. I feel you. I am right there with you. So we had the Blue League consisted of Andrade, Claudio Castagnoli, Bryan Danielson, Daniel Garcia, Brody King, and Eddie Kingston. And the Gold League was Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal, John Moxley, Roosh, Swerve Strickland, and Jay White. We had both group finals last night. The first one was a triple threat match between John Moxley, Swerve Strickland, and Jay White. Started off as a brawl all around the arena and all stuff like that. It was no DQ. Ended up having a really, really good match between the 3 of these guys. And John Moxley got the victory and defeated Jay White to get to the final. And then later on, we had a one-on-one bout, a rematch between Bryan Danielson and Eddie Kingston. And Eddie Kingston was the victor, defeating Bryan Danielson. This match was amazing. And so we have it. Saturday night, it will be John Moxley going one-on-one with Eddie Kingston to crown the inaugural AEW Continental Classic Triple Crown champion. I agree with Ophelia. I agree with Doc. I think Eddie Kingston is going to win. Look, he had to get through Claudio. He had to get through Danielson in the group stages. Danielson, he had to overcome an earlier loss and beat in the final. And now you're going against Mox with their history, the BCC. He had to go through them all, and I think Eddie Kingston prevails, retains technically. He will retain his ROH World Championship and the Strong Openweight Championship. And I think, like Doc said, Eddie wins or we riot. There's a minute left in the game, and the Pistons are tied with the Celtics right now. I
know. I know. I like the demise of the Pistons, but I want to see you lose your.
This is fucking real.
By the way,
my thing is, I know all the Pistons fans that have been watching this dreadful team all year. This is like their game 7 right now. They're like, oh, we got to beat this. Oh, the Pistons have the ball. 40 seconds left. With a chance to take the lead. Wide open 3 by Bogdanovich. He missed it. Thank Christ. Oh, they got a rebound. Nope, it's out of bounds. Okay, Celtics have the ball. Celtics have the ball. Let's relax. Let's breathe.
Cardona update. He just tweeted that Independent Wrestling needs him. And
yes,
I said,
I'm telling you.
I said, we need you. You've won a Beardie. Speech. So we're pushing to end 2023 with a Cardona.
Like, who the fuck are these guys? Anyway,
You called us out. You called out the legitimacy of our awards, and you won. So we're having a little fun with it.
yeah.
But yeah,
I think Eddie's taking it.
he has to, right? Like,
Yes,
because he
I
has to
do
finish
think he
his
has
story with Mox.
Yeah, I think so. And like Ophelia said, it's in New York. It's not New York City, but it is New York. It's Eddie Kingston territory.
And this is what we want as Eddie Kingston fans, AEW fans. Is like we were always like Eddie Kingston winning the world title in New York would be huge. I'm just happy him winning any title, and I want to see, as much as we love Moxley, like it can't always be Mox. You can't always lean on the Moxley crutch. Like give it to Kingston, let him keep doing his thing. The fans will love it. We're all gonna love it. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
All right, I agree. All right, Pistons are gonna win.
What do you think's more likely? Matt Cardona will show up in the next 15 minutes, or he'll block us on social media?
No, I don't think he'll block us.
I don't think he'll block us.
It's because we love him.
This is all love. We want him.
100%. 100%. All right, let's see here. Next, we have, according to Wikipedia, I don't know if this is true, but it says there's going to be a 20-man. Is there going to be a 20-man battle royal for a future AEW TNT Championship match? Is that happening? Is that a thing? Have they officially announced that? Was that announced on the press conference?
I didn't see that, so I don't know. You'd have to. Our trusty sources in the chat let us know.
But we will continue on. We have an FTW rules match for the FTW Championship. It'll be the champion Hook going up against. It's in the 0 hour, so that is happening. Very good. Going up against Wheeler Yuta. How are you feeling about that? You think Hook retains here? I know you're a Hook stan over there.
You know how I feel about that. I'm always going to pick Hook, but this is another one where it's like, are we gonna be at a pay-per-view where the BCC doesn't show out? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they gonna lose? Mox gonna lose? Yuta's gonna lose? But I like Hook. I think they need to do more with Hook in 2024. He's a guy that I've always been high on, obviously, but even from like an unbiased standpoint, like I think you've got something there. They had something there, and then they kind of took their foot off the gas for other things. This is one of those things I think you need to refocus on.
Yeah, I would agree. I would think Hook retains here. I don't think I love Wheeler Yuta, but I don't think he becomes FTW champion here at all.
Although that would be a cool moniker for BCC to have.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of dope.
They just announced this match last night. It is an 8-man tag match. It is going to be the Don Callis family, which is Takeshita and Powerhouse Hobbs, teaming up with the AEW Tag Team Champions, Ricky Starks and Big Bill, to take on La Sex Gods. We saw the returning Sammy Guevara last night, and he came out to confront Don Callis because he didn't hear from Don Callis while he was out injured and becoming a new dad. He didn't hear from him.
That was definitely a wrestling trope of 2023. That you didn't get a hold of me while I was out injured.
Yeah, sure was.
So explain this to me.
Don Callis was out there. They were having a Boxing Day celebration.
Mm-hmm.
He got everybody in the Callis family nice portraits of them and him. Mel's artwork, Mel Coleman, was all throughout the segment. They each got a painting. And then there was, oddly enough, there were 4 paintings in the ring. He did one for Hobbs. He did one for Takeshita. He did one for Kyle Fletcher. And then there was a 4th one. And then all of a sudden we hear Sammy Guevara's music. Sammy comes out and Don Callis goes, "Hey, good to see you. I have a painting for you too. I've been carrying around for months waiting for you." And I was like, "Oh, fair enough." And then it's a nice painting of the whole Don Callis family with Sammy, who is holding his child. And Sammy got a little pissed. And he was like, who told you could paint my kid? You could put my kid in this photo. Which I was like, it's a nice photo. If you're looking at this objectively, that's a nice gift.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't like it was a bad. It was a nice painting of all of them celebrating the baby. That was a nice gift. Sammy was pissed, so they start beating down Sammy, And then Chris Jericho, who obviously has nothing to do now because Kenny Omega is out, and that was kind of what he was doing. He comes out and saves the day, and then they both smash all the paintings. And then Sting and Darby Allin show up to chase off the rest of the Callis family. And I tweeted it. I said, we're going to get an 8-man tag on Saturday. And then like
Why?
half hour later, because you know what? They all need to do something, damn it.
But explain it to like the I know that Kenny being out derails the plans. But the initial plan was a tag team championship match for Jericho and a partner of his choosing after Kenny went out. Am I right? Like, why would you give up? Why wouldn't you just have Sammy come back and go for the titles? Right?
So Jericho and Sammy, you're saying going for the the tag titles?
Yeah, why would you?
I mean, I think maybe eventually that's what you get because I don't think Omega's coming.
But
back
I thought that that's what you were doing.
But I don't think you can do it right away.
Why not?
Well, first of all, the last time Sammy left, he was telling he
well
left
that
Jericho.
That too. I
know he got concussed, but did you forget? Did you forget?
Yeah, and what do they? This is what they do. Like,
right. But here's the thing. Here's what they can do. Right? They can do something.
They flip flop Sammy all the time.
Sammy's whole thing was you didn't reach out to me, right? So they could play it off that Sammy could say something like, "Hey, even though I turned on him and I left him hanging for you, you know who did reach out to me to check if I was all right and check on the kid? Chris." You know, they could kind of do it that way to kind of make it work, I think.
But they gotta stop. They gotta stop going like, all right, Sammy, you're done with Jericho. Now you're back with Jericho. You're done with Jericho. Now you're back with Jericho.
I agree. Well, I think he was supposed to officially.
Listen, Sammy, you got to sink or swim without Jericho.
I agree.
I
agree. But I feel like even though it's annoying that it's happening again, I do feel like with the situation they were handed,
ain't that right, Sammy?
Because it was clearly going to be the Jets versus Big Bill and Ricky Starks.
Listen, buddy, you gotta figure out how to get on.
Well, I think this gets them through the pay-per-view. Yeah. And that's that, you know. Jason Tatum, game-winning shot. Oh, he missed it. No, we're going to overtime. Oh, you fucking. All right, 108. Taking the Pistons. Listen, all right, they're giving us their best shot, damn it.
The last 9 minutes of this into a watch along with the Celtics.
Oh, they're giving us the best. But they are going to be going up against Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, Sting, and Darby Allin. I think that Jericho, Sammy, Sting, and Darby win this one, most likely.
The Don Callis family. What's the point?
The artwork was great, but yeah, the Don Callis family really they don't do anything for me. Although Kyle Fletcher and Ophelia mentioned it when they first showed the graphic, Fletcher was on it, but they put Takeshita in there for him. So I don't know if that was just an accident on the graphic, or I don't know. But Takeshita is in the match, not Kyle Fletcher. Even though Kyle Fletcher looks like $1 million. Looks like $1 million, people. But I think this is an easy win for the Sex Gods, Darby and Sting, as we're only a few months away now from Sting's last match. So, all right, let's keep rolling along here. We have a singles match that was added last night as well. We got a couple more that were added last night. We have Miro going one-on-one with Andrade El Idolo. So Miro doesn't want Lana to be his manager. However, he's pissed that she's managing someone else. So he's just going to beat the crap out of him on Saturday at World's End. This match should be great.
Yeah.
Who do you think wins, though? Do you think I keep on calling her Lana. Do you think CJ Perry gets the one up and Andrade, or do you think Miro and CJ Perry end up together after this match? What do we think goes on here?
This is one of these matches where it's like my initial thought is Miro wins it, but like I don't want to see Andrade take a loss here. I'd like to see this keep going. Maybe CJ Perry, you didn't want me to manage. I got to do what's best for my client. I think that would be a more interesting storyline than her just turning on Andrade. Like, I did what's best for my client and get the win. That's what I'm here for. If you don't want my services, well, Andrade's going to reap the benefits. And then that just turns Miro into a crazy son. He's already a crazy son of a bitch, but you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he loses it. Maybe we get another one of these matches because I think Andrade and Miro could be like Be a fun little 3 match, 4 match, 5 match. I'd be aware with that. So yeah, I'm going to go with Andrade. I'm going to take Andrade, getting the dub, and CJ Perry heavily involved. Hopefully her finger is okay. Did you see that?
That was gnarly. She got a really bad infection. Like she almost had to lose her arm or something like that.
She said she got a splinter in her finger, and it turned into her almost losing her arm because the infection was
crazy.
Wild. So
that is crazy.
Oh, good for her. I'm glad she's okay.
Yeah. We have another match that was added last night. We are finally getting it, Pluggo. We are finally getting it. We are getting Swerve Strickland versus Keith Lee. Finally. Months and months, almost a year in the making.
Can we be honest? It doesn't have right. It's got to be Swerve, but it doesn't have the same oomph that would have had.
No, it doesn't.
But I'm glad we're getting them.
Keith Lee lately though has looked like Keith Lee. He's looked like Keith Lee we remember.
Don't get me wrong. Match is going to absolutely rule. I'm just not as excited about it now as I would have been 6 months ago or whatever it was. But it's got to be Swerve. If you're not going to give him the Continental Classic and off that Hangman win, you got to keep him strong. He's the future 100%. He's the future. Like let it go. Keith Lee is awesome too. Give this match time. Show everyone why people know Keith Lee, but show everyone in this match why Keith Lee should be a force to be reckoned with and do something with him.
I would agree. So, I think both guys can come out looking good here.
I'd like to see both of them come out of this match, and Swerve give him his respect, and maybe we see Keith Lee and Swerve teaming up again. That was good stuff. But this, Nana needs some people, to hang out with while Swerve's doing this thing. I don't know. Yeah. I just think that would be a fun, here, I got some muscle behind. I mean, he's done it in the past with Brian Cage and things like that, but what else you doing with Keith Lee?
It's true. What else are you doing with him? You're not doing anything.
Exactly.
This works for me. All right. We then have a no disqualification match for the AEW TNT Championship. Christian Cage defending against Adam Copeland. These guys had a brawl last night. They were supposed to have a sit-down interview. Pistons are going to win. We were supposed to have a sit-down.
Really?
Yeah, they're going to win.
What's the score?
100%. It's 110-110, but they're just outplaying the Celtics everywhere they can.
Is it in Detroit?
No, it's in Boston.
Okay.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I've been watching it kind of on the side.
Would Boston fans riot after this?
No. The Pistons are playing like this is Game 7 of the NBA championship, and the Celtics are playing like this is Game 26 on a motherfucking Thursday at the end.
And you're the Pistons.
Yeah, and we're playing a team that's lost 27 straight games. So on sheer talent alone, though, Pistons are winning. On sheer talent alone now, the Celtics should be winning. They should have already won the game by 30. But I can already tell by what I'm seeing that the Pistons care and the Celtics really do not. So, that's an and-1 though for D White because Derek White's a stud. So, all right, we're going to take a 1-point lead. Anyway, so Christian Cage and Adam Copeland. This is the blow-off. No DQ. Do you think Adam Copeland's going to win here? Do you think he becomes TNT champion, or do you think Christian's just too hot right now with what's going on and they keep it on him?
I guess I would answer your question with a question. Is Christian Cage keeping it? Is there enough for him to keep the story going, or is he losing it and chase a little bit of a chase? Would that add a new wrinkle to this? I've been converted. You know how I feel about Christian Cage. I think this is the best work of his career. Yes. But I think will Adam Copeland have some friends show up to help him out to offset the Nick Wayne interactions and stuff like that? I don't know. I think Adam Copeland wins.
Yep.
But I don't know if it's going to be a long TNT title run. It could be something where he beats Christian. You say this is the blow-off, but really this is match 2.
It's true.
And you know Edge and Christian are old school guys, and they like to tell the story. I think there's more to tell. So maybe you do something where, then it's like, that's it. The no DQ didn't work. Put him in a cage. I don't know. This one's tough, man, because I like what Christian's doing a lot. But if I have my guts telling me Copeland just gets it done, overcomes the odds, takes down the tyranny, the reign that is Christian, and then he chases him for a little bit and he goes crazy.
Could happen.
I don't know. Because he's got to. What's Adam Cole going to do with Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne are in that ring, beating that ass, and there's no disqualification? Who's he going to call? Sting and Darby are busy.
That's true. True. Well, maybe something big happens. Maybe the Hardys. Maybe he calls the Hardy Boys.
They're not doing anything.
They're not doing much, and he's got to pass with them. Maybe. I mean, weirder things have happened. Oh, Celtics turnover. Let's go. Dude, I'm fucking losing my mind over here. They're playing the fucking 2-28.
Like this is the
I'm like,
NBA
shit, I gotta win.
All right, so who's going to win the match? You think Christian?
I'm going. D White. Bang that 3, Ray. God bless. We're up 4. Anyway, so
over.
God bless.
4-point lead for Detroit.
The Celtics have hung on to beat the worst team in the history of professional basketball at home, guys. I think it was still a minute 45 left. You never know. Oh, Jesus. Got me sweating over here. I'm going with Christian Cage. That's what I'm going with. Yeah.
What
I'm
if
gonna go.
Jordan
I don't feel strong
Oliver
about it.
shows up?
I don't feel. What did you say?
What if Jordan Oliver shows up to confront Nick Wayne?
They used to be tag partners, right? In the GC Dubs or on the Indies.
East West Express, man.
Yeah.
And they filed for the East West Express trademark in AEW.
Did they?
They did. Maybe Jordan Oliver.
Does that mean Jordan Oliver's AEW bound at some point soon?
Maybe. I don't know, because Jordan Oliver's doing an excursion in the overseas in 2024 for the first 3 or 4 months. But then again, if AEW contract comes, maybe he doesn't, but maybe there's a way to work it out. But he would be a nice piece to be like, Nick, what are you doing? This isn't you. And it would be an interesting rub. I don't know if that's the spot you do it, though. I don't know if Edge is I'm calling up this young pup Jordan Oliver, but
it's fair.
It's the thought that throws to my mind. Anyway,
all right,
we're going into overtime. We got to keep pushing. We're like the Celtics.
No, we only have 3 more matches to discuss, and we already discussed one of them really. But we have a singles match for the AEW TBS Championship. We have Julia Hart defending against Abaddon. Abaddon's been on a hot streak. Yeah. They're actually not just using her around Halloween time. And she is going against Julia Hart. I like that they've been doing the supernatural stuff. But I mean, come on, this is Julia Hart all day, is it not?
It's gotta be.
Do we think Abaddon maybe somehow becomes a member of House of Black because of this, though? She kind of recruited Sky Blue. Now she's messing with another demon. Is
that too nail on the head? You know what I mean? Sky Blue's not, and Julia Hart wasn't. No, but if you think about the presentation of Sky Blue and Julia Hart before House of Black, before this stuff, they weren't nail on the head, put them in the House of Black. This makes sense. So that's what I mean. Is it too on the head to go Abaddon's now a member? But then again, I think if anybody could pull it off, it would be Abaddon. So I'm in for it. Is that the vibe we're going for? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But it's Julia Hart.
Julia Hart win easy peasy. This match,
you didn't build her up to have her lose her first defense or second defense.
What, Julia Hart?
Yeah, this is her first TBS defense or second. I may have missed one, but it's early. It's early in winning this thing. So
it is.
Keep it on.
All right. We then have, I expect this match to be very, very good, but I think it's another easy decision, sadly. But it is for the AEW Women's World Championship. We have Toni Storm, timeless Toni Storm defending against Riho.
All I'm going to say real quick about Toni Storm is if she had started this timeless gimmick and didn't do that whole Renegades thing with Saraya and Ruby, she might have won women's wrestler. She might be right up there with Rhea. That stuff is so good. But not that I don't like Saraya and Ruby, but it just didn't hit. Riho being back is awesome. But Riho right now feels like she's got other things she's worried about.
It is true.
You know what I mean? Like she's back and she's fighting with other people and stuff. And I think, you got to end the year timeless. You got it. Tony Storm retains. Rio's back. That's an awesome story. That's going to be a fun match. It's going to be a good one. But yeah, it's easy. Layup.
Yeah, I agree. And then we already talked about it a little bit, but the main event of the evening, MJF versus Samoa Joe for the AEW World Championship match. We will find out who the devil is.
Yes, we should.
I am pretty convinced. And it will be Adam Cole, god damn it. But tell the people, if they just popped in and they weren't here earlier, who do you think is going to win between Samoa Joe?
I said I'm all in on Samoa Joe getting the big one, because as much as it's not in his favor, where it's in MJF's backyard, blah, 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 I think like that would be a huge like selling point for Samoa Joe. Like he gets his big win in MJF's backyard. He's working with the devil. It would just be too super MJF or super Cena-esque for him to overcome all of that too. And I think we would be disappointed if it wasn't paid off. And that was the thing. Samoa Joe working with the devil. I don't know if they're going to continue that. We'll see who it is, but that would be fun. Like we've been plotting against MJF all this time.
Yep.
Samoa Joe is now our muscle, our heavy, our world champion. MJF can get some time off that he needs. I know, again, I just posted about MJF on Facebook the other day, and everybody and their mother was like, if he loses, he's going to WWE. It's a foregone conclusion. I don't think so. I don't think so. Just because he loses doesn't mean he's leaving. He is legitimately hurt, could use some time off. He's had the belt for a year.
Like Ophelia says it perfectly, and I know we've been talking about it kind of in the long lead up to this, but MJF's world ending at World's End in his hometown. That's what it is.
It's huge.
And then if he needs time off to heal, you have this big reveal. He gets whatever happens to him. He goes away to get healthy. You have Adam, if it is Adam Cole, which I believe it will be, you have him and his goons kind of running the show a little bit. Maybe Adam Cole ends up getting that world title from Joe at some point. You got the Ring of Honor, whatever. And then when MJF is healthy, he comes back for his revenge on his best friend. And I think that is the way you do it. I have Samoa Joe defeating MJF as well because of the devil and just the things leading up to this. And I think it's going to end with I think it's going to be a big thing that ends the show to end the year. I think it's going to be a big story. Even though a lot of us can, pick out that whoever it's going to be, I think it's going to be a big time angle the way that they do it. And I think it's going to be a big deal. And that's how we're going to head into 2024 with AEW.
And obviously never say never. Maybe he hasn't re-signed. Maybe he will go to the WWE. Who knows? But if you had some inkling or some thought that he was going to go to the WWE, would you put all this effort into the storyline just on his way out? Like they've literally stopped it and started it and stalled it because of injuries, this, that, and the other, just to pay this off, just for him to walk and be done with AEW. And that's his last hurrah. He's going to walk out with the belt. I don't know. I'm just throwing out things here. I feel like he's in for the long haul. I think there's probably been good discussions. He's the face of the company. And I'm not saying MJF is a slouch of a talent. I think he's a next level talent. He's young. But look at the way the weight is shifted in the WWE right now. Like that's a top heavy card right now. Like you got Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk is back. Like it's like right now he's the face of AEW.
Yeah, true.
And he could still do that, and he's still young enough that if he gave AEW a contract for another 3 years, he'd still hit WWE in 30 if he wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, even if he gave,
what would you do with him in WWE right
now? First of all, he's only like 26 or 27 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he were to sign a 5-year deal with AEW, he's arguably not even in his wrestling prime yet from an age perspective. He has plenty of time to end up in WWE doing something with them if that is a lifelong dream of his and he wants to do that eventually. But he has a chance to be the face of AEW for the next decade.
And I feel, and the way they're down right now, he could help rise them up, after the CM Punk era.
100%.
Not to mention, he's not exactly on great terms with CM Punk. I mean, granted, WWE would figure it out. But I don't even mean it in a negative sense. Like, what would you do with MJF? Like, how would you play that debut? Because you're not going to just throw him into an already kind of crowded world title picture.
Agreed.
You're going to have him have a banger with Seth Rollins right out the gate. I don't know if they see MJF in that. Like, look what they did with Jade. They shelved Jade for a little while, trying to figure out what to do with her. Granted, I think MJF is a better in-ring worker than Jade, but I'm just saying, like, what would you do with him? Granted, money talks, never say never, but I think, like, just because he might lose on Saturday doesn't mean he's out. He might weigh his option. He plays it closer to the chest than most, or closer to the vest, whatever you want to say. So I'm interested. I'm super intrigued. I think the decision they make on Saturday with the Devil, with MJF, Samoa Joe, the whole thing, I think is going to be a lot of intrigue either way they go.
Yes, I agree. All right, Pluggo.
We did it. We made it.
We did it. A little bit into the OT, but not too bad. The third annual Beardie Awards have come to an end. We did our preview of AEW World's End, and we got a slight watch along of the Celtics almost losing to the Wolves.
Did they win? Did they win?
They're about to go up 7 with 15 seconds left in overtime.
I
feel okay.
But before we end it, before we do all of our plugs and stuff, shout out to Gray Maker Pod Blair, Tom Talks Rubbish, and Bebe for the super chats tonight. Absolutely awesome. Thank you to everybody who's hung out all night in the chat and did these awards with us, as well as just been here all year. You guys absolutely rule. We could not do this without any of you. Shout out to Love Wrestling for letting us be here and do the damn thing on this platform. And shout out to Burger King Zach. Happy birthday, brother.
Yes. Happy birthday, Zach. And I just echo what Pluggo said. Obviously, you know how we all feel about all you guys hanging in here, doing this with us every Thursday. The super chats earlier, the nice comments, all the votes, stuff like that. Appreciate you all very, very much. Pluggo, do that damn thing. Let the people know where they can find you and can find us.
Well,
and then we will be on our way.
On our way. You can find me at Pluggo_ on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. You can find me at Pluggo Loves Wrestling on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm in the middle of round 2 of the Winter Madness tournament, so go vote over there. Help me out. Like, that's a fun time. It's the women's tournament, if you will. But then you can find everything that we do on the show page at B2Beards on all social media platforms. So that includes TikTok, like I said, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them. We're there. We're doing things. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up in 2024. I'm sure. I can hope. Just you got to stay tuned to the socials. Who knows? Maybe Matt Cardona shows up after we leave. Maybe he DMs us. He comes on next week for example. Who knows? I don't know. I got nothing. But yeah, that's where you can find us all. So JPJ, send us out, brother.
Yeah, man. You can find me at JPJ Loves Gaming on all social media platforms as well over on Twitch. You can find me here every Thursday, 8 p.m. with my boy Pluggo doing the damn thing with Between Two Beards at youtube.com/lovewrestlingca. And coming up shortly after the new year, either the 7th or the 14th, Drew and I will be back on Sunday mornings doing Firmly AEW, where we talk all things AEW.
And I did it again. Full exposure Saturday morning, 10 a.m. with Blair.
He did it again.
I did it again.
Let him go first every time, and he does it every time.
I need to write that down. No, it's because, we have so much stuff.
He does it every time, people. Yeah, that's where you can find me. Appreciate all the love for another great year. Everyone, I hope you had a nice holiday season. I hope you have a great New Year's. Be safe. Have some fun. And Pluggo and I will see you next year. Say hi to Sue for the last time in 2023. We shall see you guys starting off 2024 with a bang next week here. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Go
Appreciate
Pistons.
all of you. Unbelievable. Hey, man, listen, if I was a Pistons fan, it would be a tough year, but that team's lost 27 games in a row, and they took the best team in the league to the limit tonight.
Yeah.
I would feel good about the effort of that team. Cunningham's legit. Cunningham is legit. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Peace out. We'll see you next week. Later.
Hey there, Pluggo and JPJ. It's Trent's mom, Sue. And I have a bone to pick with you. So, I understand that you guys are being real idiots and spending your entire monthly budget. You've got to be kidding me. This is not the way to be when you're trying to run a business. Your boss, Spencer, is really pissed off at you. I'm pissed off at you. You have some nerve. You know, get a grip. You have to control yourself. You can't just go out and spend all the money that you're making, you two beards guys. Oh no, this is coming out so stupid. Anyway, behave yourselves, or I'm going to cut you off from watching AEW. You're no longer going to get to know, be able to meet my son. What? Oh, or me. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know. Anyway, thanks so much for being fans. Watch yourselves.